Hello everybody, I'm Frida Stoffer. I am hungry this morning. It's 11 o'clock and I've been busy all morning. I got my family ready. My husband went to work. Twins went to school, middle school. My husband started dropping them off most mornings. And my two littler ones had the dentist appointments today, and so I took them to the dentist, and then I took them to school and signed them in late. So now it's time for my brunch. I'm doing so a lot of wheezing and coughing, but this is probably the worst winter I've ever had. During the summer, I barely noticed I had asthma. But at the end of September until now, I got bronchitis and asthma all the time. I have my coffee here. One of my favorite cups from Dollar Tree. All of my cups from Dollar Tree are great. And my favorite one is always the one that has my coffee in it. I have egg white here. It has a little smoked salmon in it, and black seeds, black pepper, horseradish sauce. I added the horseradish after it was done, so it's on the top here. It has some nutritional yeast, no salt. I put some capers in it, so it does have, it's very flavorful, even though it's low sodium. I know it has a bit of salt because that little piece of smoked salmon in there. I buy those 3-ounce packages that Aldi has, and they have like 5 slices. The package has 1 serving, and 1 serving is about 5 slices. So the whole package has 1,000 milligrams of sodium, which is really high, but I don't eat the whole package at once. I break it up into at least 5, and I mix it with egg white, or usually with egg white, yes. I might put it on something with cream cheese, but most of the time it's the egg white. Sometimes I put a pinch of Parmesan, the shredded kind. I don't like that powdery kind that comes in a box. It's gritty and it doesn't melt into the food. It keeps its gritty flavor, its gritty texture, and I don't like that. So I buy the shredded kind from that Aldi has, $1.99 for a small bag of it. I don't know how many ounces are in it right off, but I'm planning to go shopping tomorrow, so I'll be picking up some more. I'm sticking pretty well to the diet restrictions that the doctor gave me when I left the hospital in November. I'm wondering, well, during the when the kids were home from school, so sometimes I didn't I didn't always stick to it because the house. I mean, I have a great family, but we make a lot of noise, and the chaos just makes my head spin, and I can't really focus on what I'm putting in my mouth when everybody's home. I'm too busy uh, listening to everybody's um, whatever they want to say and getting involved with things the kids want to do and what they want to eat. And then sometimes I'm just so hungry by the time there's a quiet moment. I just don't I just don't make it. I just eat whatever's around. I started adding a little horseradish because the way the heat of the horseradish goes into your sinuses is I think that it helps open my sinuses, and I was actually trying to find to eat more horseradish for that purpose because my nose has been stuffy quite a bit lately. Hot sauce helps more with the throat, or for me it does if I have issues with uh, respiratory issues. Excuse me, I'm burping here. It's part of mukbangs, I guess. But hot sauce is what I use for respiratory relief. I mean, I don't replace medication with hot sauce, but when I feel sick in my respiratory system, I like to eat hot sauce, and when I am sick in my sinuses, I like to eat horseradish. So I've been sick in both parts lately, so I'm eating horseradish more often this winter. I really need to call my uh, asthma doctor because this is just going and going. I mean, my new inhaler keeps it loose enough that I can cough it up. But, so I don't have to go to the hospital for intravenous steroids. I have to go see him, ask him if he thinks I'm okay. I'm trying not to get pneumonia this year. I've uh, my New Year's resolution. I didn't make a big fancy one, but I did think about what I could incorporate into my life that would make my life better. Because I'm already working on the diet thing, and I've got things worked out where I'm eating pretty healthy most of the time, and where I used to try to eat vegan a lot of the time, but that kept my uh, IBSD flared all the time. So now Another thing that happened when I was trying to be a vegetarian slash vegan, part time vegan, full time vegetarian, was uh, I would be hungry all the time because it flared my pre-diabetes, and then my sugar fluctuated wildly because what you rely on when you eat vegetarian or vegan is grains. You eat more grains and legumes, and those things, legumes flare my IBS, and grains threw my uh, sugars out of whack all the time. And then I would eat constantly because when your blood sugar goes too high, then when it's coming down, you have to eat to stop it from dropping so fast again. It makes you feel really bad. And looking at myself and seeing how out of control my weight got, I've changed. And when I'm hungry, I eat some protein because it doesn't flare my sugar, my it doesn't flare out my pre-diabetes, and it doesn't flare my IBSD. I can eat egg whites for breakfast, and then chicken breasts for lunch, with or without vegetables. I can do what without fruit because most fruit will flare my IBSD, and I'm tired of talking about this now. It's a scientific process, and when you have a lot of different things going on with your health, some of it metabolic, uh, finding a diet that works for you is like rocket science. You have to figure out which thing you can eat that doesn't make you sick or make you fat, or both. It's awful. That's why a lot of the time, or for the past several years since my daughter was born, she's 7 now, I practically gave up because, or trying to lose weight because, number one, I'm confident in any size. I know how to dress to flatter my figure, whatever the size I am, and my size doesn't really uh, make me feel any worse about myself. I mean, of course, I would be proud of myself if I was thinner, but not like I felt like I'm not like I'm worthless because I'm overweight. It doesn't bother me that way because I'm like in your face. I don't give a crap what you think kind of person about my weight and everything. I mean, whatever I want to do or whatever I think is the right thing to do. I'm that way about everything. I don't care. You can have your opinion, and I'm not going to change what I do if I think what I'm doing is right. So it's challenging because you can tell that my health is not great. There isn't much exercise I can do because of my hernia, which is an ongoing thing. It was already repaired once, and I need a revision, and uh, it looks like I'm going to be permanently disabled by it because it's huge, and there's multiple ones now in my stomach. Um, but after my daughter was born, I would keep trying and then giving up so many times of trying to eat healthier because I felt bad all the time, no matter what I did, because I was not uh, on the right path for me. I was trying to eat vegan or vegetarian, which is what everyone insists is the best diet for everybody, but it's not for everybody, not for me. Mine has to be protein, and lean protein that isn't carbohydrate rich, like So that's why it has to be egg whites for me. Chicken breast, turkey, um, all the things that, salmon, I like salmon. I think I'd like to grill some salmon, in fact, because I think that would taste pretty good. So you're probably getting bored of my videos getting long, and I don't really have any big plans for the near future.